Okay guys, welcome back. In the first and second tutorial, we showed you how to cover your dollhouse corners with paper. Now, this isn't regular loose leaf paper or printer paper or anything like that. It is actually like poster board kind of paper. You don't want to get the really thick stuff, but you do want to get the stuff that is kind of like cardstock. And what you're going to do is you're going to follow steps 1 and 2, and then for painting purposes you're going to have to paint this because otherwise it'll look just like paper. And what I like to do is take a thin stiff brush, go up around the edges, that way you don't see the lines that much, just kind of go, I don't know what that is on that paper there, but okay, just kind of go like that. I guess it's something on the paper because it's not coming off. But just kind of go thin lines, and you're going to cover where the windows aren't. You don't have to cover the entire thing, just where the windows aren't. You don't have to be exactly precise either about the windows. Okay, now what this is going to do, it's going to give you a finished look. And then when you're ready to add your framing and everything, the only thing you're going to see is the smooth white painted finish. You won't see the fact that it's paper or poster board. You'll just see that it's a smooth finish. And you're going to continue this process until you have the entire window painted. Do smooth strokes. Okay, just go up and down. All right, I'm going to continue painting this, and I'll be right back. Okay, so you notice how it gets kind of wavy. That's okay, because when it dries, you're not going to really see a whole lot of that. And when you do see some of it, it's not a big deal, because when you put your molding and your trim up, it will flatten it all back out, so you won't see it then. Okay, so basically watch steps 1 and 2, and you'll see how we put this on here and how we measured and cut it and everything. And then once you have it on there, that's all you need to do to paint it. It's really easy to do, and it hides the edges of the window where it meets. When they built this dollhouse, they didn't make it to where it was 45-degree angles on any of it. They actually just have it butting up side to side. So when we duplicated the left window to the right window, we did it exactly the same, so it would look the same as the ones that were on there already. But the ideal thing would be to have 45 so that you could just paint it and go with it. With theirs, you had to either fill it in with lots of wood filler, sand it, paint it, fill it in again, and continue that process over and over again, which was seeming to be like extremely long, and it wasn't really looking that great. So we decided to do this, and this seems to be working out pretty good. So if you want to go ahead and do this, then that would be a great idea. Now this window is already dry, so we can go ahead and cut that out and have it prepped so that all it needs to be done is have the frame put around it. The frame will have to be in a separate video because I've decided that I'm not even going to use their frame either. We're just going to make our own windows because their frames are really bad. They have a lot of, like, I guess you would say, I don't know, like the wood just looks horrible. Like you can see a lot of like indentations in the wood, and it doesn't matter how much you sand it or how much wood filler you put in it, you still see a lot of the indentations. So if you notice, the window that we did on the right that we were just showing you looked a lot smoother up around this area and everything. That's because it was wood that we used. Now this wood, this is wood that came with it. And, you know, it's okay once you fill it in and all, but it took a lot of work to get it to even look that good. And I can still see, you know, a lot of things in it that I don't really like. But anyway, in order to cut your windows out, you're going to need to get yourself a blade like this one. And you do not want a regular razor blade. A regular razor blade looks like this. You don't want that kind because that doesn't give you the long blade that you need for this. And if you have one of these, this little piece down here, that locks your blade out. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to find where your window is, and you're going to need to cut it out. Make sure that it's good and dry. If it's not good and dry, like that one I thought was dry, but it's actually not. It's just going to tear the paper. So we'll have to let that dry up there. Okay, so luckily the frame will hide that where it wasn't dry. But this is why I said you need to have a long blade. Because then you can go in and you can trim up where you need to make that edge straight. If you notice, the blade is going in way past the point than the regular, like one little section. The ideal thing would be to actually have it a little bit longer than this, but I don't have a longer blade because we've used it already. And I'll have to go get another pack. if you have a new blade, it doesn't become this difficult to cut through this. It's just this blade is an older blade. We've been using it for everything, including cutting small pieces of balsa wood. So it'll cut a little smoother when you have a new blade. But basically that's all you need to do, and then you just go through and make sure you have it straight. And then that's it to cut that window out. But the thing to notice is that you will have very smooth edges right here, and that's what we're talking about. Down here they'll actually be framing, so you won't see any of this, but you'll just see the edge that's smooth. And then there'll be frame that'll go alongside of here, and alongside of here, and up here. So you don't really see any of this, but you see this, and this is the main part you're trying to hide, because when it goes together, if you just Google Beacon Hill dollhouses and look up images on the internet, you'll see that a lot of people didn't even bother to do anything with this. And you can see the wood joins. If you notice, mine doesn't join. It's a flat edge that comes into a point right there and right there. So that's a good thing, and that's the look you're going for. But anyway, that's how you cut it out once you have it painted. And if you want to look up more DIYs and follow me on Facebook, I'll be posting pictures on there. And I'll be posting some videos on my YouTube channel as I go for whatever I can take videos of. And you'll be able to watch them on there. But in the meantime, follow my Facebook page on Dollhouse Miniature Madness and Tutorials for more DIYs. Thanks a lot and have a great day.